Good morning, Buckeye Gordon, and I apologize for the glare in my glasses. I'll have to try to fix that. I want to talk a little bit different than what I normally would. I want to talk about uh, when you retired, whatever age that is. You know, that's a personal choice between you and your financial advisor. If you don't really have a lot of um finances, then that would be a plan that you need to sit down and talk to your loved ones, and decide if you can retire. What I want to talk about are some things I've gotten written down here um, after you're retired. Okay, now you retired and they have a little office party or something, and you get home and people are, your family's clapping and congratulating you. You have your friends and family over, and the day is over. You go to bed, and now you're alone with your thoughts. And that's when retirement starts. Um, retirement is your time now. You don't have a boss, you don't have a clock, you don't have a lot of rules. You still have rules at home. But now you're sitting there wondering, okay, now what? And that's pretty normal to think that way. I did that. I remember when I retired. Um, um, I got home and there was a little party. They actually also had a party where I worked for me. But I got home and there was a little party, and you know when I went to bed, I laid there thinking about the day, what happened during that day, and then I'm like, okay, now what? I'm retired. I'm 62. I've retired. Now what? And you know, you you start thinking about things. Work gave you structure. Okay, you had a certain time that you wake up. You had get dressed, breakfast, and you're off to work. Maybe you stop for coffee. You go to work, and then in front of you there's this work you had to get done within 8 hour period. Um, Sometimes retirement can be kind of like a drag, I guess. And then you ask yourself, okay, what gets you excited now? What can I do to fulfill my days? Is there something you've always wanted to try but never had the time? Sure, take a breather. You earn it, but too much chill leads to boredom. So, you know, and I can only speak for myself. Um, I retired. I got up the next morning early, 5 o'clock. I don't even use an alarm clock. I am up at 5 o'clock every morning. I don't know why, but I am. Um, it was exciting for a while, um, but I was so used to talking to people. Um, I talked to a lot of people when I was working, and a lot of demands was put on me. Now I'm home. You know, it's 5 o'clock. I get up, have my shower, have my breakfast, I don't go out for coffee. I make coffee at home. And I kind of look around sitting in a chair. Okay, now what? Now what do I do? Um, at first, I really didn't do anything for a while. And nothing really interests me, to be quite honest. I don't have a hobby, nothing like that. Um, Nothing really came to my mind, but I did miss working. I miss the talking to people. I miss that interaction. I had a girlfriend, but still, I mean, it's a little different when you're, talking to the public. Um, some people now, they like to read. I've known people that they can sit in a chair and read all day and be very satisfied. Um, some people with money, they travel, which is good. See a lot of different things. Um, I think what you have to do is kind of think about what you want to do and then come up with a plan. Now, let me, I got a little bit of a sun glare, I'm sorry. Um, I think that made it worse. Anyhow, um, I'm thinking, well, I can work part time. Now, what do I want to do? I really didn't want to do the job that I had because that was full time. I don't want to work full time. So, what I did was I just kind of thought about it. And about this time, I was 63, 64. And that's when I found Sarasota Tim. And I kind of watched him and I liked him. He was a guy that worked as a food demonstrator in public grocery store. And I'm thinking, you know what? I can do that. I mean, that seems like it's fairly easy, you know. Uh, the range of pay was anywhere from $14 to $18 an hour, depending upon the company. Um, I'd take 3, maybe 4 days a week. So I applied, and immediately I was hired, and I started doing that. I know a guy that retired. He was retired for 2 weeks, and he went back to work full time at the company where he was at. He didn't want no part of retirement, and I really didn't think I would retire either. To be honest with you, I'm thinking, they'll probably have to carry me out of here because I love my job so much. People depended on me. I was needed, you know, and I like that. I like being needed by a company. I like to know that I'm doing a good job for them because they're paying me, and I need to produce, and I like that. That's what really motivates me. But you get retired, and if you like it, fine. But find something to do. Kind of try to stay active. Try to do something. Read, travel if you can afford it. Maybe you want to do what I did, just part-time job somewhere, doing something. There's a lot of jobs out there for older people. Security. Most security jobs, you just sit in the building and watch a watch a monitor. People come in and you sign them in, sign them out. I also had a job. My actually first job when I after I retired, I was probably retired for about a month or so, something like that. Was cleaning an office building, and I enjoyed that. You know, I I got to say that of all the jobs I had, um, I liked them all. Even the really dirty, hard jobs, it was fulfilling to me. And I guess as long as I could physically do it, I'll probably just work part time. I like it. It gives me a little extra money, but it helps me. It helps fulfill myself. It gives me a purpose. You know. But anyhow, I just thought about that. I want to thank you for taking the time to listen to me. Please like, share, and if you would, if you haven't yet, please subscribe to my channel if you like this kind of content. And I also do videos of me growing up when I was poor. We lived in a car. My time in the military, I spent about a year and a half in South Korea. So if you want to hear about all that, please like, share, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Have a wonderful Thursday.